Yo, what's up, people? Dezrocksteady at KOTPTV, that's King of the Pit TV, signing in live and large once again. Currently moving house, so we make the most out of it. We give it a little multitask and whatnot. I have to point at the sky a little bit purely as last time I did this with the recording of Weezer's Pinkerton, my bloody phone just fell off. Right. Got a car full of stuff, so gotta be on my best behaviour. So today's review, rating, and overview. I don't know if an overview is the same as a review, but you know, I tried to spruce it up a bit. We're gonna have a little chin wag about the BUZZCOCKS. In particular, Another Music in a Different Kitchen, the LP. Now, I'm in two minds about this because I've chosen this record. I listened to this record, right, thinking it was the debut LP by the BUZZCOCKS, but Spotify is telling me there was a record called Love Buzz or something along the lines of that, which was out just before it, which is definitely rammed full of songs. Now, I don't know if it's the same songs that were featured on that or what, but I don't know if Another Music in a Different Kitchen is actually the second LP, so I want you to confirm that to me, people. Let me know the details. After this, when I get to my laptop, I am going to have a look at the history of the band around this time, so we can have a deep dive into it and a little discussion. But I'm talking about Another Music in a Different Kitchen now. We've listened to this record on this channel. It's available right now. My first time listens to so many of the tunes, but I was familiar with others. It's good, it's good. I initially got into BUZZCOCKS via the EP Spiral Scratch, which I think is everything a brief EP showcase needs to be. 4 tunes of brilliant, upbeat, catchy, melodic punk rock tunes. Really good, really fun to listen to. Love the guitar tone, 3 chords a song, great unique vocal. And then that portrays itself, recreates itself once again on this record through a wealth of different other means. Now, there's a love and hate with this record, okay? So they're more upbeat, faster numbers, the more energetic punk rock numbers. They're really good. I really adore them. But when it comes to the BUZZCOCKS, and on this record, when it comes to the BUZZCOCKS, these mid-tempo, these slower paced songs, I just don't think it suits the band so much. It's just boring. It's boring. It's boring. For the most part, they can't create the... Well, I don't know who the frontman is, what he's called and that. Maybe he's an underrated rock star because I don't know his name, and surely the frontman of the BUZZCOCKS should be a well-known character. But his vocal performance is good, but his lyrical content and, you know, use of hook and melody on these slower songs just quite simply don't compare to the upbeat catchiness that come with the higher paced numbers. That really is the BUZZCOCKS sound to me. We have a couple of classics on this record, okay? So we've got is it called Love Battery? My love battery wants to charge you. That's, to me, that's one of my favourite punk rock numbers of all time. High octane energy, the production does it incredible justice. It's just a blazing, fantastic, upbeat, toe tapping, shin shaking, you know, push partying punk rock number. I really like it. I think the energy's on 10 on that one. It's just portrayed really well in the sound engineering, the recording of it. Absolutely pristine. That's one of my favourite tracks. Now, alongside that, we've got, is it You Turn Me Up? Something along the lines of that. The first ever use, you know, within punk rock music, the D beat. So it's historic, and it's not very well known as far as, you know, the roots are concerned. most punk rockers, most hardcore kids, most crusties and so forth. Well, I don't know, hopefully the crusties know, but I'd be surprised. They never talk about this. The BUZZCOCKS on record have got the very first D-beat. Now, the D-beat will have been used prior to that, but on this record is the first notification of this is a punk rock band playing a D-beat in a punk rock manner. And it was the influence for Discharge, who everybody gives props to for the D-beat. That's why it's the D-beat, the Discharge beat, right? Of course, the Verucas did their job as well to popularise it during the same time period, but all credit is really given to Discharge. And they got it from the BUZZCOCKS on that one tune. Initially, when I heard that number, years back, I didn't think too much of it. Now that I knew the historical context, I listened to it and I think this is absolutely incredible. This is this is pure. This is the purity right here. This is absolute gold. So that's a great number. But like I said, we got slower tunes on the record which just plug along, and melodically speaking it's a bit dry, and it just some of the numbers don't really go anywhere. Just don't really go anywhere. Overall, the record is good. The vocal performance is one of a kind. You don't get too many bands fronted by an individual who sounds like that. The instrumental is driven by the drummer, who is tight as hell and has an incredible punk rock fashion. I'm familiar with hardcore music and metal infused punk music, alright? I don't really go down to your mohawk punk events, you know what I mean? If in all fairness, I think it's a little dry compared to the hardcore lot. But that punk rock OG 77 style of drumming, I think is absolutely brilliant. All on the hi-hat, great energy, absolutely fantastic. I'm going to rate this record 6.5 out of 10. It would reach a 7, if not a 7.5, probably more so a 7, if them slower tunes were just rid of. What's the tune? Dun 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 dun. That's the rhythm for all. And I don't like French kissing. Da 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 da. Oh no 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 no. Da 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 da. I hate that song. I think it's boring. That's the element of the BUZZCOCKS I don't like. But I like the dun 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 dun. You turn me up. Da 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 da. And my love battery wants to charge you. Fast cars. And whilst I reference fast cars, I want to say the lead guitars are really brilliant as well, because the lead guitar is everything a lead guitar should be. We've got no flashy solos. I don't think the guitarist could play a solo to save his life. I mean, he plays 2 notes numerous times. That's the guitar solo. But when they incorporate it, there's great melodic value and it works, and it's everything it needs to be. It's based on structure and where it's placed as opposed to actual technical capability. It's about know-how of where it should be placed, and that's a good insight to the band's, you know, understanding of song structure, whether they are aware of it or not. Just stalled it, people. And without further ado, I'm going to sign out, people. So that's a 6.5 out of me.